We are back. Hey, Marguerite, we're here. We're here.
Doing.
I'm doing good. I'm doing really well tonight. I'm excited for another show. Um,
Me too.
this is actually our 12th show. Believe
Okay.
it or not, it looks like time just flew on by, and we've been doing this for a few months now. We come
Cool.
on every second Tuesday of the month with the Vibe on Health Talk Show.
Yeah,
And
people been
people,
enjoying it. We're getting good feedback.
I know. I was just about to say, people often ask, can you guys do it more than once a month? But so the point I'm making is that we really look forward to being here because it seems like a month, takes too long for us to get back together too.
Yeah.
And with everything that's going on in the world around us, um,
Yeah,
we
it's a lot.
really, it's a lot. It's just a lot. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, you could start a list and talk about it till tomorrow, but we want to accentuate the positive. We don't want to dwell too much on the things that are problematic. But the reality is, it's a crazy time, and this allows us to have some connection.
It does. That's why I
And
think
so,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, it's a connection, and I get to see your bright smiling face, and we are missing. We're a trio. We have combined experience of 50 some years, and so we just get on here and kind of chat about what has worked for us and what things that we've learned that are new and that are trending. And today we are absent or missing Dawn Haley from the Dawn Haley Show. So we're going to miss her today, but she's just recovering a little bit
Right.
from and getting back, to normal after dealing with some small thing that she had. But
I think
yeah,
it's
so
around. I've been
what'd
talking
you
to
say?
I said I think it's a bug going around. A few people have been dealing with it. Yeah.
It definitely is. I've been hearing more and more about people that have had, like, little colds and
Right.
you know sinus infections and different things like that. And thank goodness it's not the C word, the new C
Right.
word, because now every time you sneeze or cough, uh, people are like,
Still had the flu, so hey, the flu ain't went nowhere, even though they don't talk about it.
yeah, what happened? When you think about that, when you just think
Right.
about that for a minute, like what happened to the flu? I need to share that out because I saw a graphic that showed, like, compared 2019 to 2020,
Uh-huh.
and it showed the incident of flu and across the United States. So
Yeah.
in 2019, it was very prevalent in the majority of the states, and they were like, red areas, amber, bright oranges. And
Uh-huh.
then in 20, from like November and December, everything was green, everything was blue.
Oh
Like,
wow.
so the flu just like went away.
Uh-huh.
And there's theories around that, but we don't have to get into that now. But there are still things as flus and colds. And hey, Francesca, thanks for joining. There are still things that happen, like the regular kind of sinus infections and colds and stuff. Danielle Dorsey is joining us tonight. She says, "Good evening, ladies."
Okay.
She said she had a cold and people thought she had COVID. Laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's start with introducing ourselves before we welcome our guests. So I'm Sheila Hobson. I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach. That's a lot of words, but basically it boils down to I like to support people on their wellness journeys. I like to encourage people to become the CEO of their own health, to take charge of their health, and to know that they can make a difference if they just practice. You start where you are and you can get better. The thing that I love most is that when you as an individual make changes in your life, it just rubs off. It's just like if you smile, it's infectious. If you yawn, because you're sleepy, the people in the room will start doing the same thing. And so when you get into vibrant health and wellness, your family, they latch on, they start trying new things, and we can, create a legacy of health instead of having generation after generation of people that are sick, and passing down diabetes or whatever. We talked about that on the show last time, how, it seems like diabetes will run in the family. Well, a lot of times it's just because we have the same lifestyle, right? But so that's what I really, I love just kind of sharing the information and the energy around health and wellness to create that legacy. And go ahead and introduce yourself, my illustrious co-host for the night, Marguerite.
Well, thank you, darling. And I must say, I truly enjoy all the tidbits that you share and the information and the facts and figures. I have really enjoyed, us coming together each month here and Vibe on Health. And I'm so happy the feedback that we're getting from everybody is so exciting.
Yeah.
So about me, my name is Marguerite. For those of you who don't know me, based here in the south suburbs of Chicago, here living here with my family. And I basically have been studying herbs. It's just something that has intrigued me and interested me for lots of years, basically because as a mother and even as a daughter and a sister and just, all my loved ones is what I think about when I learn about herbs, because I want everybody to really have these alternatives out here. It's not just one way you can go about a situation if you're feeling sick or even if it's preventative health. So that's why I love herbs and the study of herbs and natural health. And I'm learning, I'm still learning, because a lot of times you learn things and then you find out, well, there's a new way of dealing with things. So you're constantly learning better health habits, food habits, and things like that. So that's one of my favorite things is studying. And for the past, we're getting ready to celebrate 2 years with the company. We call it a movement, and that's Wakana. And Wakana, amazing products. We have all types of CBD products now. We have hair care and wellness products. And 2-year celebration on 420, which they call Weed Day. And
right.
That's my favorite thing, studying the herbs, studying the CBD. And I'm a licensed massage therapist. Ever since COVID, I've actually been going out to people's homes, and I carry my table with me. Sometimes my clients are already set up and got the table set when I get there, and I just give the massage. So actually, it's been a blessing. I'm not working as hard. I was seeing like 4 and 5 clients a day when I had my spot. But this, the guy woke me up and showed me not to work myself so hard with this COVID thing.
Man, let me listen.
I was like, whoa, I didn't even know I was going so hard.
Wow, man, I worked so hard in 2020 that I really worked myself almost to exhaustion. But so you actually was like, let's talk about spring, right? This time, because we're in a new season. And man, I'm feeling it. I'm just feeling it. What about you guys out there? I mentioned Danielle, Karen Walls. Hey, Karen. Anna Moore says, hey, ladies. I hope Dawn gets better soon. Love y'all. We love you too. Gloria Roberts. Hey, Glow. Hey, Glow. Thank you for being here. I remember to invite you today. And thank you for your kind words. You said I look stunning. Thank you, sis. Felicia Curtis. Hello, Felicia. We thank you for being here. Francesca, I mentioned you earlier, and we're so glad that you're here. She said, Marguerite, Francesca's friend said she wishes that you were here so that she could get a massage, and she's in Atlanta. So, hey, maybe that might be the next thing that you do is start traveling, right? And those are business write-offs. We're always looking for ways to improve and to get a little bit better. But so that's a little bit about us. What are you guys doing for spring? Are you ready? Like, I'm loving the fact that we're getting a little bit more sunshine. because I don't do as well in the winter.
Oh,
I just don't. Some people get really, really depressed in the winter. I don't get severely depressed, but I definitely notice a difference in my mood and my energy. And so it's great to wake up in the morning and the sunshine is coming out. And so with that, we want to talk about spring cleaning. Like it's time for things new,
Right.
And it's like rebirth, renewal,
Yes.
re-energize, redo, and restart. And I'd like to remind people as a health coach that none of us are perfect, right? We all are working on something. And as long as we're living, we're going to work on something. We're going to have something to work on. But the thing is to not focus on your flaws as much as you focus on the small wins, right? So I like to remind people of that. Hey, Teresa, good to see you, girl. Well, good to be seen by you, but I'm glad you're here because I can't see you yet. We're gonna have to work something out where we can see do a Zoom session or something so that we can see everybody.
Kind of see.
Say it again.
I said I got my iPad open down here. I can kind of see people.
Oh, okay. You're more tech savvy than I am. So Felicia says she loves spring, but she's not ready. What do you mean you're not ready? I can't wait for spring cleaning so we can we have coming up with our bodies. Right. So you're not ready, but you can get ready. That's the good thing. Like and here's the thing. Start. And then where do you start? How do you start? Anybody have any suggestions? Somebody said, just do it, right? But, a reminder, start where you are. You can't start over there. You can't start behind you. The past is in the past. You can't jump forward. You just like 1 foot in front of the other. Start.
Right.
Let's see what our audience is saying. Danielle says, I feel so much better in warm weather. Me too. I try grounding. Are you saying grounding or gardening? I try grounding, spring cleaning my home. And putting my gardening and garden prepared for the planting of seeds. That's awesome. That's amazing. There's a lot of movement and the trends around gardening, and that's so healthy for you. And it's therapeutic as you garden as well. I know my mom used to stay out like in the summertime all night till it was dark, but she said the earth, being in the earth is what helped her. What'd you say, Marguerite?
Mother was like that too, actually. She loved to garden.
Yeah. And I was saying the other day, I just wish I had paid more attention because she had greens and tomatoes and all kind of good stuff coming up, right?
Exactly.
Francesca says she planted some flowers. I'm so grateful that you guys are commenting today because we want this to be interactive. We want you guys to be engaged and we want to hear from you because like we said, we're connecting and we're all in this together. We're not experts. We're not doctors. We're not microbiologists or scientists. And we're not claiming to be that. We just want to encourage people to put one step in front of the other and make it happen and be your best self, right? Exactly. Karen says she's donating clothes that she can't wear and recycling older electronics, right? And like get those papers out. These are all things that are part of our spring cleaning routine. Sometimes we take down our drapes and get them cleaned or throw them in the washer. We, get fresh linen and throws and start, dusting and getting the high points, right? But we have to remember also to spring clean ourselves, right? So one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is something that I share with coaching clients called the circle of life. And so if you're not sure, we talk about starting and just get it going, right? And if you're not sure where to start, here's a good, we have a graphic, but here's a good self-assessment tool that you can use. So this is called the circle of life, or it's the balance wheel. And within this circle, some of you might have seen it before. There's like 12 different segments here. And I'll start from the top. There's spirituality, creativity, finances, career, education, and so on around the circle. So as using this self-assessment tool, what you do is look at every area of your life. So these are little slices of our lives, or slices of the pie that make up a whole, right? Because we're complex individuals and we have a lot of different things going on. And so sometimes we can feel really overwhelmed with all the things that go on that we're managing. And this helps you to just take a look at it and kind of evaluate how you're doing. So you can, on each section, you want to put a dot by how well you think you're doing. This is not something that needs to be, take a long time. It's just kind of like off the top of your head, you can make a self-assessment. So if I look at creativity, and the red bold line is the outer edge. So if I put a dot on the creativity line towards that red bold line in the circle, that means I think I'm doing well with creativity. But if I look at finances and I don't think I'm doing as well as I should be, I could be middle of the way, so middle of the line. Or if I look at my career and I think I need to be doing much more in my career, I would draw a line a dot that would be closer to the middle of the circle, right? So I think we have a slide that'll show, right? So you see the side-by-side comparison. So you draw your dots. So if creativity is in the middle, finances is just a little bit higher than the middle, career is midway. In terms of health, for example, I'm closer to the middle. And even in joy, if we look at joy, I'm in the middle there. So then you want to connect your dots. And what you'll notice is that you won't have a perfectly round circle. You're going to have some points, you're going to have some indentations, and you get to make your own design, basically, right? And so when you just connect the dots in your self-evaluation. So the next step then is, once you've connected your dots, and you could look at an area that might be low. So if I look at this example, creativity seems to be in more than, say, spirituality or finances, right? So I can set a goal for myself to work on being more creative. And what happens is, people might think that they're not creative, but everybody has some level of creativity because we were given gifts by the Creator, right? So we have something that sparks our joy, something that we innately can get involved in, that will be an expression that will help us to have more peace, more balance, and just feel better with our mood. So if you tap into your creativity, for example, and work on that and set a goal around that, what happens is the other areas in the circle start to round out. And so once a quarter, I usually take this self-assessment. Or if I'm feeling like really down in the dumps, I might take this self-assessment tool and see, like, what can I work on? Because sometimes you just feel, like I said, overwhelmed or burdened. And this kind of helps you separate out the things that are going on in your life. And then you can also celebrate, like, man, my social life is really good, or my home improvement is really good. As I'm reading from this example, my spirituality is really good. So I'm not all bad, like I'm just feeling like heavy and weighted, but I'm doing okay in some areas, right? So that's kind of like what this Circle of Life example does. Again, it's a self-evaluation tool. And if you'd like to get one, you can email me at she'shealthy@gmail.com. she'shealthy@gmail.com, and I can send you over a self-evaluation tool. If you work with me in the past, I know you might have one already, but if you need a fresh one, even that's a good thing to do. And I want to say, before I go back to you, Marguerite, I want to talk a little bit about setting goals, just really briefly. So this Circle of Life allows you to kind of set some goals and renew and spring clean in your life and what's going on with you, right? And when you set a goal, just remember, it should be measurable, but it should also be manageable. So the two M's, measurable and manageable. If you say, I want to lose 50 pounds, I want to lose 25 pounds, but you don't set any small action items within that goal to achieve that goal, then it won't happen. So you have to break it down and make it manageable. Here's what I'm planning to do, right? Nothing to stress yourself out, but something to, because I had one client, she's like, I hate setting goals because when I set goals, I don't make it. And then I beat myself up, and then I go into a depression. And I'm like, we got to think about it a little bit differently. We want to, say, here's what I want to do, and here are the steps that I take to get to it. And it's just that simple. I like to keep it simple. Less is more, right?
Yeah.
So we want to use that circle of life, guys, to start renewal for spring and setting some new goals.
That sounds really good. Yeah, I love that advice. And I'm
good. Yeah, you use it. You use it. And just make it a quick exercise. Don't make it complicated. It's just off the top.
Okay.
And it's an opportunity for you to work on you. Like, we have to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
So what are some tips? What are some tips that you, or some things that you're planning to do for springtime, Marguerite?
But I'm definitely going to use your chart. That's helpful, because I was telling you with my what kind of business, we've been doing a 90-day massive action with our business. That's one thing I've learned from it, is that we take on daily tasks. We have a chart and everything, and our goal is to try to do as many of the daily tasks as possible. Of course, you're not going to hit everything on the full list. And one of my Wakanapreneurs are with us tonight. That's Felicia. Hey, Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
But just doing this massive action, Sheila, I realized for me, it helped to just say that I'm going to do it. When I joined the massive action, it's like I committed to something. And then once I to it, I wake up every day, with that on my mind. I pull out my list. I write my daily goals. So I think it's just once you make your mind up, like you say, to do something. You may not be perfect, but that's the best thing. You got another day ahead of you. So each day you just go back over those lists again and go for it again. So
yeah. Gloria is saying to start by thinking things through, because you have to mentally prepare to do anything. And that's right.
True.
As you think, so are you. And it starts in the mind. It starts with mindset. So that's why I like to give little tools. I also encourage people to read something that's like, I might be thinking about having some ice cream, and then I'll read something about the effects of fat and too much sugar, and then I'll be like, oh, I don't need that ice cream after all.
That's
so
true.
And sometimes it's just a matter of you sometimes it's just a matter of you having more joy, or some not being bored. A lot of times we eat just because it's an activity. So if you look at your creativity spectrum, something you could do, like Marguerite, I know you like to draw and paint.
Yeah.
So
relaxation, for me, ever since I was a little girl, I didn't think of it as relaxation then, but even I think of it now, it was my way to wind down. Even when I was a little girl, you sit there and you focus on your art, and it just takes all your other thoughts and stresses away, and you can just focus on that.
Right. I'm laughing at some of the comments. Gloria said, why did you have to say ice cream? Well, we have Gloria, I made you that chocolate smoothie. So there's ways to get around having just the kind of the dairy. We can make nice cream. Like, here's a recipe right here. You can use something new to try, because with springtime coming, you want to try new things, right? You don't want to just be stuck in a rut. Like the things are starting to turn green and renewing. So try something different, guys. Let's commit to trying new things. So here's something that's really easy. Can you go back to that? Can we have our producer go back? It says from this to that. So you could take some frozen strawberries, and they said a cup in this recipe. You could take a frozen banana. And when you freeze your bananas, don't forget to peel it and slice it, because it's easier to mix up in the blender. And then you could take a half cup of almond milk. Right. And I like to use a certain brand that you can get, like a Whole Foods and Mariano's Khalifa, because it's really, it's a healthy one, and it's also rich and creamy. Right. But enough about that. That's just my preference. But you can use any almond milk or any nut milk that you like, and then just put it in your blender. And then what comes out to that is you get strawberry banana nice cream. So they call it nice cream instead of ice cream, right? So there's a good thing that that you can try. And then and it's delicious. It's delicious.
Yeah.
It satisfies, you know, the craving that you might have for ice cream. I make one that I put cacao, raw cacao, and what else do I put in there? Like almond butter, the milk, the almond milk, and you know, it turns it into chocolate ice cream because chocolate ice cream is my favorite. And my son told me one summer, he's like, "Mom, you always talking about losing weight, but you always eating ice cream."
Mm-hmm.
And I told that story before, but I was like, I love ice cream. No, that reminds me of my childhood growing up when my auntie made the homemade ice cream and stuff. It's summer, it's hot, it's refreshing. He was like, but you love ice cream, but it don't love you. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be in a love-hate relationship. So I don't think I ate ice cream for like 2 years, but now I know how to make a healthier version of it.
Right.
So yep, that's it. The Khalifa. You know, we're not really endorsing anything. I'm just saying this is one that I use because it has the CARRAGEENAN, carrageenan, which is an additive that comes in a lot of regular nut milks that people don't know about. This one is pretty clean. So yeah. So Gloria said, I have to make I have to make it for her. Hers doesn't taste as good. No problem, sis. I got you. I got you. So so yeah, any other thing that you're gonna do new for the spring? While you're telling us about that, wait, Felicia, you're saying I made a homemade shake. I make a homemade shake some days in the afternoon when I want a snack with the almond milk and the same fruit, and it's delicious. I know it calms you all the way down. It gets you all the way together, and you don't have to like eat bad and then feel bad about it, right? I love when you could eat something and enjoy it, and then afterwards you're not feeling sleepy and tired and gassy and bloated and yucky, you know, because I just ate this and it was good for that few moments while I ate it, but now I'm all a wreck, right? So Ava has joined us. Thank you, Ava, for coming in. What about rice milk? Rice milk, you can use rice milk too, but rice milk is a little thinner. And you want to get you want to make it a little creamier and thicker. That's why I recommend the Khalifa. But you could also add chia seeds. That gives you lots of omega-3s, and it will make your recipe a little thicker, so it's more enjoyable, like a shake. So, so while Marguerite's telling us about what she's doing. Oh yeah, I use the almond milk glow instead of the silk. The silk is soy, and from reading up on soy, I try to stay away from that a little bit. Yeah, because it could interfere with your hormones, and so yeah, you don't want to. And a lot of soy is GMO now. So yeah, it's you switch it up though. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So put in the comments sections, guys, some of the things that you're going to do for spring, some of the new things you're going to try in terms of your health. Danielle says she loves ice cream too. Man, one of my favorite. And this is a good almond brand. Can we substitute with coconut water, or is it too watery? I say try it, because coconut water is so hydrating. That you want to, I usually put coconut water in my smoothies though, but they do come out a little thinner. So if you're trying to do something like the ice cream or a shake, you want to use something a little thicker. Somebody, Fran says she started eating a bit better. Go girl. Go girl. I like it. I like it. I love it. I'm excited for you.
Motivating each other. Yay.
I love it. I love it. I'm all with it.
Ups and
What
downs.
What else are you doing? the roller coaster ride.
I do, because sometimes I'm on a good path and then I fall off, especially when it comes to exercise. I get up and I'm exercising for about a month, then I fall off, and it seems so hard to get back to my routine. So that's
Right.
goals for the spring, get back active again. And
Yeah.
I do want to lose weight, and I do
Yeah.
want to, so I definitely got to, I find with myself, I have to exercise. And what's
Yeah.
I have to eat more to lose weight, because I'm really not eating a lot, but I guess that's where the storage thing come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Older. So I'm setting these goals because I know I've mentioned this before, but this September will make my 60th birthday. So I got to get serious. If the Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be able to.
I think you're ahead of the game. I think those herbs you've been taking over the years have helped, because you do not look like you're about to be 60 years old. I wouldn't have guessed that. So,
Lord for
I
that.
mean,
Just
but
got
let's do it together. Let's do it together, because I need to lose a few pounds too. And
okay.
so we'll come up with something that works. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a challenge for our group, something
Right.
like that. We'll
That
come up with some, here's what you do, 1, 2, 3, list a few things out and see what's working. Yeah, sometimes you need to add more food to stimulate your metabolism.
my goodness, you're so right. Yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, that doesn't work for me. I have to eat a little less. I do
Oh,
better when I eat a little less than when I eat more. But you have to figure out what works for you. I always say, listen to your body, and it's gonna kind of tell you. Our bodies are made to heal.
it
God
is.
made us to heal, and so we're always trying to look for balance or homeostasis, a
And that
state of being
whole
in
love
balance.
challenging.
Somebody said, "Oh, happy birthday, sis, in advance." Yeah, fasting works for me. Fasting works for me. And eating raw works for me. I didn't think I could do it, but I really love it. I took some time off to celebrate my birthday, but I'm getting back into my raw. I just eat salads and fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds,
Okay.
and drink a lot of water. And it's important to drink a lot of water. And I can never stress that enough. So, how much water do we need to drink? Let's ask our audience to see if you've been paying attention. How much water on a daily basis, how much water do you need to drink, guys? Hey, Mary, I'm glad you're here. Let's lose weight together. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You're going to be summertime fine, because you already look great. But we all kind of added on a few pounds, right?
The COVID.
Yeah, the COVID-10 is now the COVID-15. So somebody said 128 fluid ounces. Mary said Burrow Mary Wilkerson, Sister Mary said, drink half your weight in ounces. And that's right. So if you're 100 pounds, you should be drinking 50 ounces of water every day. If you're 200 pounds, you should be divide that in half, and you should have 100-ounce goal per day, right? And that way you stay hydrated. And we don't realize how our cells need to be supple and plump and have enough fluid so that it gets the signals that it needs, and so that they can function the way they do. There's a reason we need the water to, detox and for filtration. So you have to drink your water. It's like, think about eating a donut. That's probably a horrible example, because that's the worst food on the planet is a donut, because it's fried, it's flour, it's sugar, and it's just like it's no nutritional value in it, but it tastes so dang on good. But think about eating a donut and then the cake part of it is dried up. You can hardly chew it. You can't swallow it because it's dry. You need it to be fresh and moist. And that's the same thing with our cells. Huh? What'd you say?
Milk to go behind
That's
it.
why, that's why you had a milk to dip it. But so the same thing, like if you can't digest, you can't break down that dry donut. Your cells don't work well when they're dried and shriveled up. They need to be, you know, full and alive, and have the water to keep them going. So I try, especially in summertime, infuse water.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can just take your water, a pitcher, add your water to it, your filtered water or your spring water, you know, pour your water to a container, and then add fresh strawberries or cucumbers or, you know, citrus fruits, grapefruit or oranges. And these are some really beautiful examples. I mean, people took the time to like arrange it all cute, but I'm going to tell you my favorite one that just really gives me a lot of energy and helps me, you know, hydrate is I mix 4 things. So I take a picture, I add about 3 bottles of spring water. Then I take a cucumber and slice it into 4s and throw the cucumber in there. I take a lime. Of course, I rinsed it well, or rinsed it and washed it in baking soda, which is a good way to get the toxins that are on the outside of your skin of your fruits and vegetables off, is to, you know, wash them in some baking soda. Another tip. I add a whole lime that I've sliced in halves or quarters. I add a whole lemon that I've sliced in halves or quarters, and then I add fresh basil.
Mm.
And you wouldn't think about adding basil to your water, but you know, you could add mint or parsley or you know, different leaves that are medicinal. So I add basil, and I'm telling you, I just feel like I perk up. It's almost like I had a cup of coffee when I drink that recipe.
I never would have basil, but it sounds
Never would have thought of it. And I drink like, you know, you go to restaurants, you say, oh, let me have some sliced lemon, and you put your lemon in the water, or your lime.
Yeah.
My son-in-law likes to put watermelon in your son, Glow, likes to put watermelon in his water. You could do any fruit, you know. So these are just ways to help you to get your water intake and make it a little fun. Do something a little different and festive, you know.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so try it. Mint, Teresa said mint is really good.
I love mint.
Can one of you tell me what's bad about yellow bananas? Okay, I heard that the green ones are the only ones good to eat. So, you know, I don't know if you have anything on that, Marguerite, but I have thoughts. And well, I'll share.
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's, you know, some people say you could drink coffee. Some people say coffee is not good. Some people say a little wine is okay. Others say it's not. So you're going to find information on both sides that could, you know, counter each other. I would say, you know, see what works for you. But typically a green banana is not ripened yet, and then it's harder to digest. And so I've read the opposite. The complete opposite is that when a banana is gone past being yellow and has spots on it, that's the best time to eat it. I like mine a little firmer than that, just for in terms of the taste on my palate. But and you know, the consistency of it. But the bananas that have a few brown spots on it are like at their peak ripeness, when they're easy to digest and you get the most nutrients out of it. So even if you're buying bananas in the store, you know, sometimes we'll buy green bananas and then let them ripen. But that means that the banana was picked too soon, that it wasn't completely ripe. It needs to be in that bunch to ripen. And so you should buy yellow bananas. But I don't know if you're talking about plantains or some other variety of banana, but that's what I know about bananas. So I try to buy bananas that are
I can't take green banana. It'll gag me.
I know, and you taste the starch in it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So full ripe banana is best. Not too mushy though. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the info on bananas. Oh, you're welcome, Felicia. Does anybody else have any questions while we're kind of having our engaged chat tonight? If you do, just throw it in the comments and we'll try to catch it. So I know, Marguerite, you wanted to talk a little bit about some supplements that you're using.
Well, yeah, I have things I just wanted to mention. And I did want to shout out to my head wrap is from Royalty Wrap from Sister Danielle that's on our chat tonight. It's her business.
Okay, Sister Danielle.
She carries beautiful head wraps and t-shirts.
So wait. Stop right there. So is that already wrapped or you
no,
wrapped it yourself?
A piece of fabric and you can wrap it in all kind of ways. In fact,
okay.
She some tutorials too on
okay.
Wrap it. But yeah, she has, the plain solid colors, the patterns, and I'm really excited.
Okay. I thought you just like put it on your head and like pull the string or something to tighten it. I was gonna say, wait, I need that. I learned some tutorials with head wraps, and it was like so fun. It was so much fun just playing and experimenting, and I didn't think I could do it, but I know how to do a knot in the front now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and really nice soft material, so it makes
Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Danielle Dorsey.
Right. So Royalty Wraps is the name of her business.
I was gonna say, where can we find you?
Instagram and all the social media.
Instagram, Royalty Wraps. Okay. So go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, I just want to shout her out. And also, Felicia and I, we both with Wakana. So we're actually planning a detox challenge. And along with weight loss, detox does kind of help with the weight loss because you get rid of a lot of gas and toxins and parasites and things like that. And Wakana has a product, I can bring it up now, it's called Bitters. And for people who are familiar with herbs, you might be familiar with some of these herbs. I'm going to read them off. I heard somebody say if you talk to people from the Caribbean, they know all about bitters because it goes way back when you take these certain herbs, and we know parasites hate bitter herbs. Parasites love sugar and junk and all that. So as long as you're eating like that, the parasites are all nice and comfortable inside of you. As soon as you bring out the bitter herbs, they're going to flee from your body. So that's one good thing about the bitters. Another good thing about the bitters is it cleans the liver. So this, when you purchase this is a 4-day detox. It's one bag. You boil your water, you put it in and let it steep. And then you're going to take an 8-ounce shot for 4 days, 8 ounces a day, or you could break it up into 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces at night. And what it has Cascara sagrada. If you're not familiar with that herb, that really moves out the waste. Right. That's what we want to do. It has feverfew herbs. Is another good bitter herb for the liver and that type of thing. Cilantro actually helps get the metals out of your body. Yeah. So cilantro, dandelion root, which is definitely good for your liver. Senna leaf, which is another one that's going to get you move a lot of waste. And wormwood. So these are bitter that are really going to move you. They can really work on the liver, work on the full system. And it's a 4-day, bitter detox. And actually, we're going to do it together. Anybody interested, hit me up. I'm Mom's Herbs on Gmail and Mom's Herbs wherever, or just inbox me on Facebook. And if you'd like to join our challenge, we're going to be doing that pretty soon.
So Marguerite, tell me about this. So you're right. The bitter herbs are better for you. They detox, they cleanse, they nourish, they clean your liver, your kidneys. Right. The more bitter it is, like they say, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the more bitter the herb, the more benefits that it has for some reason. Like we're drawn to sweets and sugar. True. And because it tastes so good, palatable, but the bitter herbs, like I had the wormwood you had before, that was so bitter. Like,
oh wow.
I didn't know I had it in tea. But I want to try this detox that you're talking about. So tell me,
So yeah, it's on my website.
just for 4 days, or do you repeat it, or how does it work?
That's a very good question. Now, me myself, I definitely know I need to repeat it more than 4 days, but you can do it for 4 days. You can take a break, or you can continue it on. But it comes in a 4-day program. So this little package right here is 4 days of 8 ounce, per day.
And is it hard to drink it? Like, I'm just gonna have to chase it with something. How's it gonna?
They recommend you don't add any sweeteners or whatever. I guess when you take it straight, it's gonna work better for you.
Do you have to modify your diet in any way with it?
Well, yeah, anytime you detox, it's just like your house. You're not going to throw dirt on the floor right after you finish cleaning. So the same way with us, we're not going to eat some junk while we're doing our detox. We want to eat healthy. We want to, like you're talking about eating raw or eating mostly vegetables and fruits, and, even limiting your meats at this time, because meats are harder to digest if you do.
Right.
So
okay. So
not to eat too much.
So do you need to, I have another question. Do you need to do anything to prep before you do the 4 days?
As far as preparing
your body for the 4-day detox.
It's usually a mental preparation, most people.
Okay.
Mind right or whatever. But okay, anytime you're going into a healthy detox, like you say, drinking lots of water. I myself personally, whenever I'm getting ready to eat healthy, I gotta, make a trip to the health food store, stock up some healthier foods in the house, because I won't be as tempted to eat junk if I know I got my little healthy stash somewhere. So that's the preparation right there,
Do you guys think you would be interested in doing that 4-day detox? Just show of hands. Which hand is showing? I think I want to try that one, because 4 days is not too long. I mean, it's short. And if you just take like 2 to 3 days to prep and maybe eliminate fried foods and no meat and maybe no coffee and dairy.
Right.
And no sugar, just try it for like 2 or 3 days and then do the detox. And then 2 or 3 days coming out of it, don't clean the house and then throw the dirt back on. I love that analogy. So Giselle Faulkner, did I say your name right? I hope I did. Jesele Faulkner said he'd be interested in trying.
Okay.
I know I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
So, and then what kind of things do we expect? I mean, usually with a detox, you're going to go to the bathroom a little bit more.
Well, like I said, it has Cascara Sagrada. Who anybody ever had Cascara?
Natural laxative. Yeah.
You know what it does to you? It moves you, and that's what it's supposed to do. Move out. Because I like to always mention that the colon is 30 feet long. I mean, they say usually our colon is as tall as we are, our height, if you were to stretch it out. So it's a lot up in there. And perfect all our lives. There's times that we need to just, take a break off of all that junk.
Yeah.
For our organs, good for the liver and kidneys, like you mentioned.
Yeah. And what I like about it is, sometimes we think about just cleaning our colon, but you also need to detox your gallbladder and your liver and your spleen. And these bitter herbs kind of take care of that whole thing down there in that, your abdomen and your organs, because you want to. And for 4 days, I think I could handle that. So I would do probably a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's a good idea.
So I'm not
4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces at night, instead of trying to drink down the whole 8 ounces.
Yeah. I always tell my family and friends or my clients when they're saying, "Oh, I don't want to take this because it tastes bad." And I'm like, if you could drink hard liquor, you could take shots. Come on now. Okay, who takes shots? Tell me. All right, who's into shot? Who's taking not the C word shot, but who takes the liquor shots? If you could take a shot, and no shade, right? Yeah, I read that too, that the colon is as long as a football field. I've read that too before, because it's all twisted up in there, right?
It's
So
so
it
good.
takes time to work through it. But all I'm saying is if you could drink some hard liquor and alcohol
Yeah.
with nothing in it, you could take something that's good for you, that's
I
not going to uh, dehydrate your liver and your kidneys and all of that. So guys, let's look at doing something like this together. I think it'll be fun. And then you're going to start it now. So then we come back for our next show, which will be May something. I don't have the date in front of me, but the second Tuesday in May we'll be back, and then we could talk about what happened. I love that. I'll combine that with my raw, and I want to share that I'm also going to do a colonic for the spring, but I want to like really clean my diet, really put my water in, and I haven't done one in years, and so I'm going to do a colonic and just kind of flush out, because this is like I just feel like I need to do something new. I need to do something different, like all the restore, renew, regenerate, just redo it. Like and then I had a birthday, and I'm thinking, hey, if you don't do this now, when are you going to get it done, right?
I saw you partying on social media.
Yeah, I took a break. I took a little break. It felt really good after 2020 shut down. I think I walked to Walgreens for my birthday,
Yeah,
2 blocks away. That was all that was open, right? That was the highlight of the day.
Okay.
So this year, a few restaurants was open. I had some services, and started working on my detoxing, even though I did have a shot or two and some sugar. But yeah. So I think we could do this. We could do this, guys. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. What's May 11th? What's May 11th, Mary? Refocus. Yes. Refocus. Renew. Renew. Renew our minds and our bodies and our spirits, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to show a supplement that I use, because when we talk about spring, you think about green, and greens are so important. Like if you don't remember anything today, we talked about the circle of life as a tool. Oh, May 11th is our next show. Thanks, guys. I was like, what's May 11th? Okay, thank you. Thank you. What would I do without you? So we talked about using some tools like the circle of life to do a self-evaluation. We talked about setting goals today, and making them measurable and meaningful and manageable, right? And kind of walking your steps down from here's the big thing I want to accomplish. Here are the little things that I do, and just have fun with it. Like, don't make it stressful. Have fun with it. See how far you can get. And if we set these goals now, we're going to see a difference in the summertime, and we'll be ready by the fall. And, before winter comes, we'll be feeling all great, and looking wonderful and feeling good and have renewed energy. We talked about challenges that we might do with the bitters. And one of the other things that I want to talk about is greens. So when you think of spring, think green. Add greens to your diet. So you want to add Brussels sprouts, and these things that I'm naming have protein, because you don't always have to have meat to have protein. But even if you are eating meat and you have like a regular standard American diet, what I try to encourage people to do, my clients, is to start where you are and to add just simple math, add and subtract. So begin to add and layer in healthier things and find substitutes for those things that nobody has to tell you what's bad for you. You already know, really. Start eliminating some of those things and see how you feel. And if you have more energy, you feel more vibrant, you rest better at night, you don't have headaches, you don't sneeze and have sinus problems, then you know that you're on the right track. So I say, think spring, think green. So we want to add Brussels sprouts, we want to add kale, we want to add collards and green peppers and all these things that are green. You could add liquid chlorophyll. And then I have a favorite that I use, if I could get in the camera. Oh, I'm bad at this. This is fermented chlorella, and they're like tablets. And chlorella is like a green algae, so it comes from the sea. and it's good for detoxing. We're talking about detoxing, so you could add something like that when you're, adding more healthy foods, adding more healthy lifestyle tips like exercising and subtracting like fried foods, some of the heavier foods that take so long in our colons to break down. You could add spirulina powder. Let's see if I can get this one in here. This is just, I'm not endorsing any brands, but this is just one that I use, spirulina powder. This one again is a sea mineral, and it's a pretty clean version of it, but the spirulina is good for detoxing and cleansing your liver. So I add spirulina to for a green smoothie in the morning with banana, mango. I can use my coconut water like we talked about earlier, or your almond milk, or if you want to add a little fresh juice, or occasionally put a little juice in there, it goes a long way. But I also try to add green kamut. Here we go. I happen to get this one from Karen's. I wanted to get Karen to come on the show one day, but she's got her own stuff going. But green kamut is really good. You could just mix this with juice or water.
What is kamut?
It's like a wheatgrass and alfalfa leaf grass that's mixed together.
Okay.
One of our dear friends, Medina, told me about kamut 30 some years ago, and I used to use it often, and it really gives you energy. It helps to, it helps with photosynthesis, so it's going to help, with the basics of life, building your amino acids, right? So it's going to help to renew your skin, help with digestion, help with your blood. And the reason that we talk about some of these simple methods is when you think about renewal and springtime, guys, your body is welcoming this change, and your body rebuilds itself. So if you start now, a year from now, by the time you have another birthday, you're going to be a little bit better, a little healthier. And then this graphic that is on the screen now, look at the blood on the left side. Well, to my left, it said the blood rebuilds itself in 4 months. So if this is March and you start now, by June, July, just think you've got brand new blood if you're putting good things in your body. If you, celery juice is great for your bones. If you start adding some celery juice, your bones can regenerate in 3 months. Your stomach lining in 5 days. And so that's why this 4-day detox that Marguerite is talking about will be wonderful, because in 2 to 3 weeks, your lungs, surfaces of your lungs renew. So these things can really make a dramatic and tremendous increase in your health and vitality and wellness. And remember, we talked about it in the beginning that we want to take on new habits that we can share with each other and with our families, so that we create a legacy of health and not a legacy of over-the-counter medicines. If you have to take those and you're under doctor's orders, I'm not telling anybody to stop taking those things. Right. I once worked with the natural doctor, and he says he never tells anybody to stop taking any medicine except for Coumadin, because it's rat poison. Mm-hmm. He was like, if you're taking Coumadin, figure out a different way to get your blood thinned out than to and regulate it.
Yeah.
Some of these bitters will help regulate your blood and fortify your blood, right? So there's God has given us these wonderful things that we could use. And so with that, we've reached our hour. Time flew by so fast. I'm so appreciative of you guys being here.
Yeah.
And talking with us and chatting with us and sharing your thoughts and your ideas. And we'll be back again on May 11th. In the meantime, we want you to continue to vibe on health. Follow us on Instagram at Vibe on Health. Follow Marguerite at Mom's Herbs, right, Marguerite? That's everywhere. Right. She's everywhere. And I'm at She's Healthy on Instagram and Facebook. And you can email me. Please go ahead and email me tonight at sheshealthy@gmail.com, so that I can get you your circle of life and you can do your self-assessment. Marguerite, do you have any final takeaways that you'd like to add before we say goodnight?
Oh, man. was great. I enjoy all the tips and motivation, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Let's go. Let's go. It's spring renewal time. So let's go. One step, one step, one step. Take all those little steps, hit the singles, and then you can get to the home runs. And so with that, guys, I want to thank you so much. Oh, look at who's here in our audience. Dawn Haley, the Dawn Haley Tour. She said, great show, ladies. We missed you, Dawn. And you must be feeling a little bit better if you're up and watching the show. So we love you, love you, love you. We love all of you guys. Danielle, Felicia, thanks for being here and commenting. Mary, Gloria Roberts, Karen, I don't know if you're still here. And Azza showed up, and there was another brother that shows up. We love when the brothers show up. Giselle, and who else was here? I just wanted to Teresa. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Rainey just joined. She's another aromatherapist that I study.
Oh wow. We gotta have her come on the show and talk about aromatherapy.
Oh yeah, she would love to, I'm sure.
Because that's phenomenal. Just think about if you just rub a little peppermint oil in your hands when you have a cold, it just like clears up your sinuses and all of that. So
yeah.
But guys, we're gonna say goodnight for now. We look forward to you guys following us. Try the 4-day detox at Mom's Herbs. Reach out to me and let's see what we can get started in terms of a wellness program for yourselves. I'll do a one-time free consultation for those who are interested, and just something to get you started and just started for spring and spring cleaning. So good night. Love you all. Thanks to our super producer, Dee. Thanks for at Tom Darnell for, I don't know if it's at Tom Darnell, but thank you, Tom Darnell, for our lovely graphics that you always help us get started with and get us excited about. And we're going to say good night.
Good night.
Good night. Love you guys and see you soon. Let's stay connected.